Warning, the following video has personal opinions and will contain personal bias. Anyone sensitive to someone else's opinion may want to turn away now, but thanks for watching anyways. Hey there guys, Noah here, and welcome back to another Vanguard discussion video. Oh boy! Okay, so, by now, multiple people have probably looked at this video and be like, bro, how come you're so late to the party to a massive controversial topic? Truth be told, I was at Kingslayer Cards this past weekend, and I could not really to be honest, I didn't feel like uploading over the past, month, basically. So I apologize. I just needed it, a small little break because I had stuff going on in my personal life. But, basically, to get back more on track, they announced a lot of stuff regarding Bush Road Springfest. They gave us the locations, for the cities wise. They haven't given us the venues for that yet, which we're still waiting on. They also given us the dates, as well as how the formats are going to be split up, because before there was only 2 formats, it was easy to manage, but this is 3 formats, so everything is just fucked. Day 1 and 2, okay, so day 1, and this applies for every single event for this Springfest. Standard and Premium on day 1, and V Premium on day 2. Along with Weiss, but we don't talk about Weiss on this channel. I probably can't say anything that other people have said that have already said something. Fuck! And I think a lot of people are mixed about this, more so than not. And for a lot of us old players, Bushy kind of did his dirty here. A lot of these events too, most of these events, it really doesn't matter, but especially for Houston, which is held the day after Set 5 comes out, which I've never been a big fan of this. I'm going to tell you this straight up from personal experience. Trying to get cards arranged and figured out right before an event, especially if you're having to travel a long distance, absolute fucking nightmare.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock!
So that's one major issue they need to, fix in the future, or future-proof, especially when shit is getting delayed, and then it's what happens when this one particular guy has Set 5 stuff and nobody else does? That's a whole nother topic for it itself. That kind of just irks me a bit. Before we even talk about, the standard and premium bullshit, I'm still amazed that a company, even after all this downtime, is still doing that crap. Am I the only one who's, concerned about that? I personally don't plan to play in the standard tournament simply because I don't care enough for the format as a whole. You may have noticed that I haven't even gotten Set 4 yet for an unboxing video. And to be honest, I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna be truthfully honest. I'm gonna skip that shit and just move on and put everything I've got into Set 5. I intend to at least get 4 boxes of that set, because that's got some legacy shit in there at least, hopefully. Knock on wood. Hopefully. Has some good shit for premium, maybe. Probably not. Anyway. So where was I? Fuck, I need to think. Okay. Now with that minor rant out the way, let's get to the even bigger rant here, okay? Now, I'm going to be truthfully honest. I was willing to give standard format a shot with Set 4. Then they did this shit, okay? Now, truthfully, I play all 3 formats, regardless of what you say. I've been playing the game since 2013. So over time, I just acquired a bunch of stuff over the years. I played throughout all of V, and I'm currently playing in the standard format now. Not as much as the other 2, but we'll get to that. This fucking sucks for me. And I know for a fact, there are a lot of people who are going to vouch for me when they say, ooh, Set 4 is out. I'm fucking hyped for standard format. And then they give us this fucking bombshell. And it's just well, fuck that shit. I'm going back to premium. You're forcing people like me, who's been with the game for years, who finally wanted to give a chance to the overdressed format, and actually try to take this shit seriously, and you go and do this shit. Like, I get it, because, like, marketing-wise, it makes sense to do it like that, because you're gonna have a large majority of your player base playing standard on day one. That's standard shit. And then you got that same standard fan base who may already be into V Premium. You know, I get that part. But what about us long-term players? Don't we got an opinion on this shit too? Realistically, they could have just sat there and said, okay, go online and vote on how you want the regional to be run. Regardless of what you do, Weiss will be on Sunday, because it just makes things a lot easier for us. But then you guys can go and sit there and pick out which regional you would want to go to, right? You're gonna hear me out on this. Then you go and it gives you a list of options on how you want the format to be run for that day. Do you want V and standard on one day and then premium on another? Or do you want a different combination of mix of any of those three? Or even a fourth option, and something that I think would have been nice, you know, even just to include, is just gut out the middleman, pretty much. Solomon brought it up briefly in his video, but I want to elaborate on it, because I came up with this randomly. Will you give us the option on like how you want to do it? So you'll sit there and click, okay, let's say standard for Saturday and then premium on Sunday, and then maybe gut out the middleman completely, which is V Premium, because that particular area or region doesn't like that specific format. Now, there are a bunch of complications that can go into that, sure, but I think instead of just choosing for us, especially for a tournament scene that doesn't have that much on the line to begin with, you know, like, i.e. like a world championship or some shit tied to it, I think this would have been acceptable, or at least it would have been nice to try out, you know. Maybe they could still implement something similar, I don't know, but I don't know how you would go about doing that, because you could just, that in itself would be convoluted, to say the very least, and I don't know how the hell they would go about doing that, but regardless, I don't know how you would do it, but that is one option they could have done, and they didn't do that, and it's a shame. Outside of that, though, I think there really isn't a whole lot that I haven't already seen other people, like, discuss about, but this was my take on it. I think that I'm glad that we're finally getting announcements on Springfest in general, but man, you're not giving me a reason to want to play standard format at the moment, like, at all. Like, I literally, like, outside of buying my Brandgate promos, which, thank you, Kira Qualia, for giving me them at a reasonable price, because holy shit, some of these listings are over 40 a piece. Fuck. Like, it really just, it bothers me. Like, it disappoints me. But I'm still hyped for Springfest. You know, I'm gonna try to assemble a team for the Houston event, and we're gonna go from there. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and until next time, you guys, this is DRAGNOA, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye. You know what? Never in a million years I would sit there and be like, huh. Man, I can't believe I'm going to make a blooper reel out of that later. Holy shit. Ask, hey, how would your freaking people like to actually run the damn event? Give us a choice in the matter. Don't just go ahead and make the decision for us, especially when you already rebooted the game not once but twice in this bitch. Like, and now we're in this position because y'all people can't make a decent fucking card game. You know what? I'm gonna edit this shit out. I'm gonna edit that. And I'm gonna put this shit in a fucking blooper reel. Like, I need a minute. God damn. Okay, you're gonna see the outtake later, but oh my god, I absolutely just sat there and just gave Bushy the wet work. Like, whoo wee, Jesus fuck.